गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की। हरे कृष्णा। परम सौभाग्य।
We are extremely fortunate that on the auspicious occasion of the manifestation of Lord Sri Ram and for his happiness and pleasure, we are listening to the pastimes of his marriage with Sita ji. The glories of Lord Sri Ram are mentioned in great detail in Ramayana. Usually, we all are listeners of Srimad Bhagavatam extensively, and we all have taken the shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, but there is a reference from Srimad Bhagavatam. So what is Ramayana? And if we have this question, then it can be said that Ramayana is a mirror.
So Ramayana, Ram Katha, Ram Charitra.
So Ramayana, pastimes of Ramji, are like mirror. Nowadays, it's the age of selfie. Wherever we go, we take selfie. If someone has fallen into the well, we will think to pull him out later, but first we should take a selfie. First we will present ourselves by taking the selfie. So this is the age of selfie. And we can see our own face in the selfie. But if I ask you a question, what is the difference between a selfie and a mirror? So after contemplating a lot, you can think right now or you can think later, but you will get the result which will be as follows. So there is one difference between selfie and a mirror. The picture that we have taken as a selfie That picture is our past. That image is our past, whether it is 1 second, 1 minute, 1 month, or 1 year old. But the image that we look in the mirror is our present. So Ramayana is not a selfie, it's a mirror. That implies it is our present. And it's not only for us, but for people in the past or people in the present or for the upcoming future generations. Ramayana will be the mirror eternally. It will work as a mirror. How a brother should behave and be responsible towards a brother, that is taught by Ramayana. What responsibility does a son has towards his parents is portrayed. A disciple's responsibility towards spiritual master and the responsibility of husband or wife towards each other, or what are the responsibilities of a king towards the nation or its citizens at large. That is why it is considered to be the mirror. So presently we have reached the Pushpa Vatika, and Sita Ramji meet first time in this garden of flowers or Pushpa Vatika. So Ramayana is a mirror, and what can we see from the same? If we want to have the audience with Lord Sri Ram and Sita ji, then we will have to go to Pushpavatika or the garden of flowers, or it also implies the garden of love or Prem Vatika. One thing is definite for sure, that we can have an audience or darshan of Lord Sri Ram and Sita ji in the garden of love, or we will have to turn our heart into a garden of love. Only then we will be able to have darshan of Sita Ramji. So, as in Pushpavatika, there are so many plants of flowers. So, what plants should be there in our heart? They should be the plants of devotional service towards the Lord. So, the garden of love, which is decorated with the plants of unalloyed devotional service, there only the audience of Lord Sri Ram and Sita ji is possible. So, from how can we create this flower or plant of devotional service in our heart? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told or taught Srila Rup Goswami in a very beautiful manner. He had said that in everyone's heart, there not everybody is fortunate enough to have or perform devotional service towards the Supreme Personality. There are so many types of living entities in this material universe, and they are divided into 84 lakh of species, and they transmigrate from one body to another. So the living entities transmigrate from one species to another. So constantly we are getting birth and we are getting dead as well. And by transmigrating constantly from one body to another, Then in Bangla, it is said corn, that is one, only one fortunate person gets the shelter of a bona fide spiritual master who is loving. And by taking the shelter of such a loving bona fide spiritual master, and so this garden of love is far away, but to create that, first of all, we want to reap or sow a flower or a seed of devotional service. So when we get the shelter of a bona fide spiritual master, then we will get it that from our spiritual master. And if we want this love, garden of love, then we need to grow this seedling of devotional service. So to nourish, and once we get it from a bona fide spiritual master, then we need to nourish it, nurture it as a gardener when he plants the seed. But after planting the seed is not sufficient. Regularly, it needs to be taken care of. We need to water it regularly. So by the mercy of a bona fide spiritual master, we got the seedling of devotional service and we have sown it, but that is not sufficient. But on a daily basis, we need to nourish it. And what exactly is this nourishment or nurturing? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that listening or chanting the holy names of the Lord and pastimes of the Lord, we can nourish and nurture this plant of our devotional service. No matter how great a plant you have, but if you don't nourish it, nurture it, then that plant will be destroyed. So therefore, we need to water it regularly. So there is a difference between a tree and a plant. So the tree initially needs to get water, but as its roots deepens, it doesn't need watering, it takes it from the ground itself. But bhakti or devotional service is not a tree, it's a plant. It cannot automatically support itself. We need to nurture it, nourish it, and we need to regularly water it. And that water is chanting and hearing the pastimes, glories, names, and forms of the Lord. So sometimes people say that we perform unallied devotional service towards the Lord, but we are not enjoying the bliss. So the reason behind is that we have stopped watering the plant. So when we stop listening and chanting, then that bhakti will not remain nourished, it will dry. So daily to nourish this Bhakti Lata Beach, we need to listen and chant the holy names on a daily basis. So even that is not sufficient. You have this seed, you're nourishing it with listening and chanting. But if you have done some gardening, then you might have an idea. When you grow a plant and you reap it, then there are a few weeds around the plant which are not required. We are watering that on that plant of rose or etc. But around that, the weeds are grown which are unwanted and are not or don't have any purpose, and they take all the nourishment, and that flower gets devoid of the nourishment that it required, for which we are doing or putting so much effort, and that unwanted plant or weed takes all the nourishment. Similarly, if we are listening or chanting the holy names of the Lord daily, and yet our plant is not nurturing or nourishing, that means that around our devotional service, there are weeds that we need to take them out. So what are those weeds?
वो है पूजा, प्रतिष्ठा, लाभ.
That is
प्रतिष्ठा हो जाए,
fame, name,
अपनी पूजा करवाना,
or
मान सम्मान की कामना रखना,
to have a desire
की भौतिक इच्छाएं रखना,
of name and fame, to have material desires.
भक्ति करते हुए मान,
So while performing devotional service, to expect fame and honor, to get desire for material opulence, or desire to get material things. So all these things are unwanted weeds in the garden of devotional service. So when we do bhakti, we will get our desires fulfilled, no doubt. But the fundamental or the primary plant of devotional service will dry up, because all this nourishment will go into fulfilling these desires or weeds that we have in our heart, and it will stagnate the development of our devotional service. So what does an intelligent gardener does? The gardener nourishes the plant and he oozes out the weeds out of the garden. And so if we also want to nourish our flower of unallied devotional service, then we should remove all these weeds of material desire and name and fame, etc. So imagine what this Pushpavatika teaches us. So when all these weeds are ousted or taken out, then the primary devotional service plant will nourish and flower, and it's going towards prem. But that also is not sufficient. So there is a gardener. He has sown the seed and he nourishes and he takes out the weeds, etc. But one day a goat came and the goat eats the plant. So next day when he sees, there was no sign of whether this plant existed or not. So that the plant cannot be eaten by animals. So we should have some fencing. So even the municipal in India, they put a fence around the plants so that to save them from the animals. So while performing devotional service, we need proper fencing. And what is that fence? That is devotee association. Or and what is the offense? That is Vaishnav Aparadh, or offending the Vaishnavas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that no matter how great our plant of devotional service grows, but if we commit offenses towards Vaishnavas, then it will be crushed. It's like a mad elephant which destroys the whole garden. If we perform a So if we commit Vaishnav offense, or if we hurt any Vaishnava or a devotee of the Lord, that is like a mad elephant which will destroy our devotional service completely. Our hard work of years will be destroyed in no time if we commit offense towards the devotee of the Lord. So we should be very careful as we are the practitioners of devotional service, that is Sadhak Bhaktas. And only in this garden of love of devotional service, we can have an audience with Lord Sri Ram and Sita ji. And for that, we need to have a spiritual master, and from him we get the seed and we nourish it, and we have to wean out all the weeds, and we need to protect ourselves from of committing offenses towards the devotees of the Lord. When we take care of all these things, then only this devotional service will rise and it will cross this material universe and enter the eternal abode of the Lord.
और फिर यहाँ माली नित्य सेवे प्रेम आदि फल और उस माली को उस भक्त को
And the
प्रेम
devotee
का आस्वादन होगा
will enjoy the fruits of love of devotional service or love of the Supreme Personality of Godhead
प्रेम रूपी फल खा सकते हैं और
eternally.
दर्शन कर सकते हैं
So we can have this, or we can attain this love of God and have an audience with the Lord by nurturing this seed of devotional service. So when Ramji and Lakshmanji went to the garden, so Lakshmanji started decorating Ramji. He was started selecting beautiful flowers and started decorating Ramji's body with flowers. So the flowers who were yet to bloom, who were just the birds, they started crying. And Lakshmanji saw them crying.
वो क्या था वो क्या कहते हैं उसे ठंडी में फूलों पर जो बूंद जम जाती है
So actually,
तो वो
it was the
लेकिन उस ओस्कन को देखा
droplets of water mist on the flower. But Lakshmanji realized that these flower birds are crying, and he said that as he was decorating Ramji with blossomed flowers, but the flowers that have not blossomed, when he saw them,
कच्ची कली लक्ष्मण जी को
these birds was telling Lakshmanji that had we been blossomed,
खिले होते तो हमारे भाग्य भी
then
खिले होते
even we would have been fortunate.
खिले होते
Had we been blossomed, then we would also have become fortunate.
तू क्यों रो रहा है
Then Lakshmanji said that, why are you crying?
इसलिए आप हमको
We
सेवा में नहीं लगा
are not full blown or blossomed. That's why you're not choosing us and you're not using us for devotional service. And now our life is futile. And that's why they are crying. Lakshmanji said, please don't
फूल को
worry.
निकाल बोले इसको मैं कहाँ लगाऊं खिले हुए
He started plucking few of the flowers or the birds. He said that, where shall I put them?
मस्तक पर सिर पर लगा दिया
And he put them on the head of Lord Sri Ram. So the fully blossomed flowers got
मस्तक पर सिर
the place in other parts of his body, but the flowers that have not fully blossomed, they sat on the head of the Lord. So, oh devotees,
बनना है
we need to become the flowers of the garden of this love. And there are only two conditions,
होने चाहिए
that we should be the flowers
के फूल होने चाहिए
of the garden of Srimati Sita ji,
होने चाहिए
or Radha ji.
जानकी
But the condition should be that
होंगे
we should be under the shelter of a guru or a spiritual master like Lakshman ji. Once we have the shelter of a spiritual master, we can attain the same. What not a spiritual master attain for us?
और गधे को बादशाह कर दे घटाने और बढ़ाने में इशारा तेरा काफी है किसी गुरु की सिफारिश गुरु का इशारा काफी है
Just by a sign
पर बिठा सकता है
or indication of a spiritual master, he can make the disciples sit on the head of the Lord.
गुरु को आश्रित
So we should try to become the flower of the garden of Srimati Radharani or Sita ji under the shelter of a spiritual master like Lakshman ji.
प्रवेश करना है
So this was just an introduction. So now, before we enter this pastime in detail, let's first do Sankirtan and seek his blessings and mercy. And then we will enter this garden of love. So let's start.
रमण जय जय नवल किशोर जय गोपी चित चोर प्रभो, जय गोपी चित चोर प्रभो, जय जय माखन चोर, जय जय माखन चोर। श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की, श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की। उपस्थित
Hare Krishna. I welcome
भगवत कथा अनुरागी
all the loving devotees of Srimad Bhagavatam,
पधारे हुए
all the attendees, devotees.
इस सभा को
I also welcome
सुशोभित करने वाले
with
हमारे
warm gratitude the
राम कथा
senior
रसिक
devotees,
समस्त वरिष्ठ वैष्णव गण,
all the senior devotees
दूर दूर से
who are lovers of Ram Katha, all of you who have gathered
यूट्यूब
through
आदि के माध्यम
all the parts of the world, through the medium of Facebook, YouTube, etc., all the listeners
एवं
and
ये सुंदर कथा का आयोजन करने
the organizers of this beautiful Katha,
दोहा
the denizens of Qatar, Doha,
बाली
and India, the whole Bali family, in which we have Shri Ramesh Kumar Bali and Seema Bali ji,
सुपुत्र
their son Manish,
बहू
and their daughter-in-law,
और सुपुत्र
and and daughter
साथ ही साथ
Veronica, granddaughter Veronica,
जी
and Shweta ji,
और डॉक्टर
and
आप
Dr.
सभी भक्तों का
So I welcome you all
कथा के
on
दिवस में
the 5th day
एक बार
of
हार्दिक स्वागत
the Katha. I welcome you all,
सबके चरणों में
and please accept our humble obeisances at your lotus feet.
राधे श्याम नहीं जय सिया राम।
Jai Siya Ram.
सो राम कथा श्री सीता राम विवाह।
So we are listening to the pastimes of the marriage of Lord Shri Ram and Sita ji. So Vishwamitra ji,
अपनी
the
सारी
spiritual master, has risen,
ठाकुर जी की
and
सेवा में बैठे हैं
he, after completing all his
और गुरु जी को
daily
भगवत सेवा के लिए
chores,
पुष्पों की
now
आवश्यकता है।
he is venerating the Lord and he requires flowers, and just by contemplating this,
करने हेतु
Ramji and Lakshmanji
पहुंचे हैं।
went to choose flowers for their spiritual master.
माली के साथ कुछ चर्चा हुई
And then they had a little discussion with the gardener, and somehow he got the permission to enter. And how
तर्क वितर्क
did he got the permission? After so much contemplation and discussion,
हमारे यहाँ
the
एक
gardener said that here is only one mantra,
जगत जननी श्री सीता की जय।
Jagat Jani Sita Maiya ki jai.
सीता जी की जय जयकार करके
So
राम और लक्ष्मण
by
पुष्प वाटिका में
venerating Sita Maiya, they, Ram and Lakshmanji entered this garden,
प्रफुल्लित हुआ
and after seeing these beautiful flowers, Lord is filled with ecstasy. On one hand, they are choosing flowers, and on the other hand,
सीता जी की माता
Sita ji's mother,
स्वयंवर है
as her daughter is about to get married, and the most worried
सो ते ही
person
अवसर
on the occasion of daughter's marriage is the mother. So she,
की पत्नी सुनैना ने
that is Janakji's wife Sunena ji,
पूजा करने के
she
लिए
told her daughter to go and venerate
के मंदिर में भेजा।
Girija ji, or send her to the temple of Parvati ji.
फिर पुष्प
She
वाटिका
said
से
that you
पुष्प
go
चयन
and
करो,
take
फिर
a bathe, holy dip, and then you choose flowers and then you venerate Girija, Parvati ji, and you pray to her so that you find a suitable husband. So, as her mother had insisted, and she is not like today's girls, she is very disciplined and humble, and she portrays it by her behavior. Tulsidas ji recites beautifully. Sita ji has arrived, and she is not here alone. Shri Lakshmana ji, Shubhrashila ji, Bhadra ji, Manavati ji, Leela ji, Shama ji, and Shanta ji, and Sushila ji. It is said that she arrives with her eternal associates. So he comes with her 8 eternal associates of friends, and first of all, they took the holy dip, and now they are here to choose the flowers from the garden. And then they are supposed to go and venerate Girijaji in her temple. So this is their plan. And on the other hand, Ramji and Lakshmanji are also choosing flowers. So now Sitaji has 8 friends, and they are on their way to venerate Girija Devi. But since the time they have left, one of them is in this winter weather, why to take a holiday when then to choose flowers and then we need to venerate. So she started from her home. She didn't participated in the program with others, and she went straight away to the garden. Then Tulsidas ji beautifully describes
एक सखी सिय संग बिहाई गई रही देखना देखना फूलवाई तेहि दो बंधु बिलो के ऊंचाई तेहि दो बंधु बिलो के ही जाई हे प्रेम बिबस सीता पहि जाई प्रेम बिबस सीता पहि आई। सीता जी के साथ 8 सखी निकली थी ये पूजा आदि करने
with
की।
Sita ji, her 8 eternal associates have started, but of them one friend left the company of Sita Maya, and straight away she bypassed venerating the goddess and taking the dip. She went straight away to the gardens.
सीधे फुलवारी को देखने के लिए पुष्प वाटिका में चली गई और पुष्प वाटिका में जाकर क्या हुआ?
So after seeing or reaching the gardens, what happened? She saw these 2 brothers Ram and Lakshman, and after seeing the form and beauty of Lord Sri Ram, she became overwhelmed, shocked, mesmerized by his beauty, and there was so much love. She said that Sita ji should have an audience or darshan of him. So after seeing him, she instantly left to bring Sita ji. So here the scholars have written in their interpretations, and her name was Subhaga. Of the 8, the friend or eternal associate name was Subhaga, who left everything and came here. And look at the philosophical point here, that all the other friends were perfect in the limbs of devotional service or rules and regulation, but they did not had an audience with Lord Sri Ram, but the one who went to Rome in the gardens had an audience or darshan of Lord Shri Ram. So first of all, I just want to add, I am not presenting veneration as something that is lowly. Vidhi bhakti or the process of regulatory principles are important, but if people think that we are doing a great job, we attend Mangla Aarti and we do this and that, you all are futile, but we have done so. So let me share two situations with you. One situation is that one devotee attends Mangla on a daily basis and have the audience of the Lord and chants the holy names of the Lord. But after that, he has pride in his heart that I get up early, I wake up at Brahm Muhurat and have darshan of the Lord. I chant the holy names of the Lord. So he is doing, but still he has pride. On other hand, there is a devotee who is unable to wake up early. He's not able to chant the holy names of the Lord or attend Mangla, but he has this feeling of regret that I'm unable to do this as I'm unable to wake up early. So, on one hand, one is the one who is filled with pride, and the other who is not able to do it, but still he has atonement in his mind. So, who is better than these two? In my perspective, after doing so much, the one who is proud or filled with pride, have you ever played snakes and ladders? When we were kids, we used to play. Earlier, we used to play these games. So there used to be a dice, and we used to walk according to the number on dice. And a person reaches 99, then there is a snake there. And from 99, he just comes back to zero. And that snake is nothing else but pride. The pride is sitting on number 99. You, no matter how much hard work you have done and progress further, you have performed devotional service, but if you get pride, then you will definitely go down. It's better a practitioner of devotional service or a sadhak who is a householder and he's working hard and someday he's unable to get up, but at least he has this feeling of regret and atonement, and he's all his sins are burned in this fire of atonement. So that is the thing that is mentioned here. So one of the friend left the association of others. So what is the philosophical point here? That practicing devotional service is glorious, but we should not be proud of the same. So we have heard the glories of the chanting of the holy names in the previous Katha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said or sung the glories of the practicing of devotional service. But in the other verses, what has he mentioned?
ये स्थिति होनी चाहिए, साधना की महिमा है.
So, no matter the chanting of the holy names or practicing devotional service is glorious, but it is not definite that we will be able to attain the Lord by practicing the same. So, if we want to reach the abode of the, then it is like 25 floor staircases, but mercy is something like lift. So we should always seek mercies and blessings of the devotees, because we don't know from where we will get the blessing. So of them, there was one friend who got the mercy, and by that mercy, she had an audience with Lord Sri Ram and Lakshmanji. And on seeing them, she was overwhelmed with love. And because of that love, she thinks that what I have seen, I should show to Sita ji. And she goes running to Sita ji and the friends. And Goswami Tulsidas ji writes further,
कहू कारणु निज हर्ष कर पूछई सब मृदु बैन। उस सखी की दशा को देखकर तो बात भी सही है।
seeing the condition of this friend after seeing the Lord, one who attains the Lord or he sees the Lord or have an audience with him, their situation will be similar. So what did they saw? The friends and Sitaji saw the friend that who has left us. How is she? Her body is shivering and she has goosebumps and her eyes are overwhelmed with tears constantly.
नयना बहनीरा गद गद गिरा नयना बहनीरा। राम जी को देखकर भगवत प्रेम
So
में
after seeing Ramji, she was overwhelmed with the love towards the Lord and her body is shivering. Her eyes are filled with tears. And the friends are asking that how and why are you so overwhelmed with ecstasy? How did you achieve this situation? What is that happened? And please share it with us. Then she tells with enthusiasm, she said that I left you all, but when I went to the garden, I saw a dusky skinned handsome man who could even defeat the beauty of crores of Kamadev or the Cupid. And she says that since I have seen him, I have sold myself. Now nothing is at place. He is amazing. You should go and watch him, have an audience with him. Then Sita ji is going to meet or see Lord Shri Ram. So there is a sequence to meet the Lord. So first of all, she started from her home to go to the garden. So that is to go into a devotee association or congregational chanting of the Lord. And then we need to take a holy dip. So what does it imply? We should immerse ourselves in the pastimes of the Lord. And third is Devi Puja. That is, we should have faith in our heart, and ultimately a friend will come, and that friend is nothing else than a bona fide spiritual master, and he will take us with him. So now this friend, by taking the hand of Sita ji, she's taking Sita Maiya to have audience with Lord Sri Ram. So Sita ji is asking, where is he? Where is he? She says that you just come with me, as if a guru or a spiritual master is taking his disciple. Similarly, the friend who has seen Ramji, so there is another philosophical point. Only the spiritual master who has himself seen the Lord, only he can make us meet the Lord. If a person, spiritual master hasn't seen the Lord himself, then how can or how will he show? So this friend can show because she has seen with her own eyes. So we should take a shelter of such a spiritual master who has seen the Lord, who has experienced the Lord.
तो आप कहोगे हमें कैसे पता चलेगा?
So you might ask, how will
हमें
we
कैसे
get to
पता
know
चलेगा कि इस सदगुरु ने भगवान को
that
देखा है?
whether the spiritual master has seen the Lord? So we should remember
देखा है
a
या भगवान
person
का
or
अनुभव
a
किया
spiritual
है?
master who has
सदगुरु
seen
की
or
स्थिति
experienced the
कैसी
Lord.
होगी? विश्वनाथ
How will be his situation? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in Mangla Arti.
महाप्रभु कीर तन नित्य गीत वादिंत्र माध्यन मन शोर सेन रोमांचकं पाश्रु तरंग भाजो वंदे गुरु श्री चरणारविंदम। जिस किसी गुरु ने भगवान का अनुभव किया है,
So,
भगवान
a spiritual master who has experienced the Lord or seen the Lord, the time he listens to the pastimes of the Lord or listens to the congregational chanting or he sings or chants, his body will shiver, his eyes will be overwhelmed with tears,
नृत्य किए बिना अपने
and with
प्रभु को प्रेमी को
him
गाए बिना जी नहीं सकेगा।
he might not be able to live without singing the glories of his beloved, the Lord. That is the experience.
एक सखी
And now, this friend, like a spiritual master,
का हाथ पकड़कर
is taking
के पास लेकर
the epitome of devotional service, Sita ji to Lord Ram.
फूल चयन कर रहे हैं।
And on other hand, Ramji and Lakshmanji are choosing flowers. And at the same time,
प्रवेश करती हैं।
Sita ji enters this garden of flowers. And Tulsidas ji beautifully writes,
देखी सिया शोभा सुख पावा हर्ष सराहत वचनु न यावा जनु बिरंची सब निज पुनाई बीरचि विश्व कह प्रकटी देखवाई। जैसे ही सीता जी ने प्रवेश किया,
as soon as Sita ji enters,
लक्ष्मण ने देखा।
Ramji and Lakshmanji saw from a distance.
श्लोक में देखिए,
And what did they saw?
लक्ष्मण ने देखा क्या? सिया शोभा सीता जी
She is Shobha, the beauty of Sita Maya.
कई वर्षों के बाद युग युग बीत
After
जाने के बाद
so many years, after passing of so many yugas,
सीता जी
first time
को देखा।
Sita ji and
देखी सिया
beauty is seen by Ramji and Lakshmanji. So just
देखी
look at each and every word carefully. So they saw the beauty
राम और लक्ष्मण को
of
पावा
Sita ji
बहुत
and
सुंदर सुख हुआ
they
हृदय
felt
सराहत
happiness
वचन न आवा और दोनों भाई अवाक रह
and
गए
they were
दंग रह गए
speechless.
इतनी सुंदर
They were so amazed
क्या
that
सोचते
she's so
रहे
beautiful. And what are they thinking?
जब निज निपुणाई इस सीता को बनाने
That
के
this
लिए बिरंची
Sita,
ब्रह्मा ने अपनी सारी
even
निपुणता अपनी
Brahma
सारी
ji has
कला
used
यूज
all
करी
his expertise.
ब्रह्मा के पास जितनी कला थी
So whatever art he had,
इस सीता को बनाने के लिए खर्च
he had used to
खैर
create
सीता जी
Mother
ब्रह्मा जी
Sita.
की रचना नहीं है
Although Sita ji is not the creation of Brahma ji, but this is
कि जनु बिरंची सब
the beauty of the language.
बिरंची विश्व कहाँ प्रकटी दिखाई मानो ब्रह्मा जी ने अपनी सारी कला इसको बनाने में मानो राम जी को पूछा जाए आपको
So if Ramji is asked
कि हमें तो सीता जी दिखाई नहीं
how
दे रही
beautiful she is looking,
बोले आपको
so as we are unable to see her, but Ramji is able to see. So how does she look? Then it is said,
सुंदरता कहूँ सुंदर करई छवि गृह दीप सिखा जनु बरई, सब उपमा कबीर है जुठारी, के ही पट विदेह कुमार। सुंदरता कहूं सुंदर करही, सीता जी कितनी सुंदर है।
So how beautiful is Sita ji? Just look at the creation or composition of the words. How is her beauty? Whatever beauty is there in this world, so if we gather all that beauty of the world, then that's a women or the epitome of the beauty. Even that beauty can be beautified by Mother Sita. She is that beautiful. That is Mother Sita.
जैसे अब तक सुंदरता रूपी गृह में अंधेरा,
So as if the home of beauty was dark, but after the entry of Sita ji, this room has brightened, became effulgent. So till now, whatever the poets have used, everything is a lie as in comparison to the beauty of Sita ji. Sometimes poets compare the eyes of a person with eyes of deer. So she is far beautiful than the eyes of a deer. So whatever the comparison they have given, it's all a big lie. How should I express the beauty of the daughter of Videh? So Ram and Lakshman ji are amazed and looking. So Ram ji is mesmerized by Sita ji, and Lakshman ji is looking at Ram ji that who is she? And you are so you're looking at her non-stop. And when we were walking in the streets of Mithila, you didn't looked at anyone and you even stopped me. But now when this woman has entered, you are seeing her like this. Who exactly is she? So Ramji replies, Goswami Tulsidas ji writes, Lakshman ji says that who exactly is she? And Ramchandra replies, she is the daughter of Janak Maharaj. So she is the daughter of Janak Maharaj. And he started chanting the names of Janak Sutta. So do you know her? Or do you have her introduction previously? So he says that I know who is she. Then he let us know who is she. Then Ramji replies, I have to sing a song. So is there any trouble? If Ramji sings a song, will you have any trouble? Whatever problem I had to face, I've already faced. So now the problem will have the problem. I will not have. So Ramji says you want an introduction. So let me present a song.
ऐसे जैसे बजते हो घुंघरू कहीं पे, के पर्वतों से जैसे गिरता हो झरना जमीन पे, झरनों की मौज है वो, मौजों की रवानी है मेरी जनक सुता, मेरी जिंदगानी है ये मेरी जनक सुता। लक्ष्मण वो जो घटा दिखाई दे रही है, लक्ष्मण ने कहा हाँ दिखाई दे रही है, वो जो घटा देख।
So he says that, Lakshman, you see that cloud? Her eyes are filled with the coal.
मैं तो उनकी आंखों का काजल कहूंगा, इस हवा को मैं तो उसका लहराता आंचल कहूंगा, कलियों का बचपन है, फूलों की जवानी है। तब लक्ष्मण जी बोले तेरी जनक सुता मेरी जिंदगानी है मेरी जनक। लक्ष्मण जी ने कहा कि बड़े छुपे रुस्तम निकले आप तो, बड़े छुपे रुस्तम निकले।
Lakshman ji said that you are quite intelligent. You already know her. So since when do you know her? And Ramji replied,
जाते हैं दिन, कट जाती है आँखों में रातें, हम ना जाने क्या क्या करते रहते हैं आपस में बातें, मैं थोड़ा दीवाना थोड़ी सी दीवानी है। लक्ष्मण जी कहते हैं आपकी जनक सुता मेरी जिंदगानी है। तो अब क्या हुआ जब इस प्रकार से राम जी ने खुलासा कर दिया ना,
when Ramji revealed, then Lakshman ji said, she is so beautiful, then why don't you tell everyone? What are you waiting for?
तब राम जी कहते हैं नहीं नहीं,
Then Ramji says,
सामने मैं सबके नाम उसका नहीं ले सकूंगा, सामने मैं तो सबके नाम उसका नहीं ले सकूंगा। क्यों? वो शर्म के मारे रूठ जाए तो मैं क्या करूंगा। क्योंकि लखन रूठे हुए को मनाना कृष्ण को आता है, मुझे नहीं आता, इसलिए मुझे अभी से चिंता है रूठ जाएंगी तो मैं क्या करूंगा। इसलिए वो शर्म के मारे रूठ जाए तो मैं क्या करूंगा। मिथिला की मल्लिका है, परियों की वो रानी है। लक्ष्मण जी क्या कहता है? आपकी जनक सुता मेरी जिंदगानी है, वो तो जनक। अब मूल तो बाकी रह गया, आने के उसके आए बहार, जाने के उसके जाए बहार, आने के उसके आए बहार, जाने के उसके जाए बहार, बड़ी मस्तानी है तेरी जनक सुता। तो राम जी लक्ष्मण को कहते हैं
So
तात
Ramji tells Lakshman, "Oh beloved Lakshmana, she is the daughter of Janak Maharaj."
जनक तनया जनक जी की बेटी है। धनुष यज्ञ जेहि कारण होई,
And
जिसके लिए ये धनुष यज्ञ
because of her, this sacrifice of the bow is going to happen. She is the one.
आपका ये सब सेटिंग, भैया एक काम करो मैं आपको सजा देता हूँ।
Then Lakshmanji says that, "Let me decorate you because
गुरु जी की सेवा में आपने अपने
she is coming near. You haven't taken care of yourself while serving the spiritual master."
राम जी को
So
झाड़ी के पीछे लेकर गए,
Ramji
आप बैठो मैं
is taken behind the bushes and
पर्दा बंद करके
Lakshmanji starts decorating Lakshmanji as if a Brahmana decorates the Lord by closing the curtains. On other hand, this friend is coming with Sitaji, and Sitaji is saying that where will we meet him? Where will we find him? And this friend takes her behind near the bushes and she removed the bushes. And as they remove the bushes, as the Brahmana starts to count, and then the curtain is opened and the devotee and the Lord are in front of each other. Similarly, Ramji and Sitaji were facing each other.
दुल्हा दुल्हन मिल गए, अब फीकी पड़ी बारात। दोनों राम और सीता एक दूसरे के
So
आमने
Ramji and Sitaji are facing each other. Lakshmanji and the friends are on one corner, and Ramji and Sitaji are looking at each other, mesmerized.
सिद्धांत आया इसलिए कह दूं,
So let me add a philosophical point here. So the friend kept hold of the hand of Sitaji till the point she hasn't attained the audience with Lord. Once she had the audience, the spiritual master or the Sakhi
गुरु अपने आश्रित
went aside. So this is the philosophical point. The spiritual master's job is to make his disciple attain the Lord. And once he meets, he gets aside. But the spiritual master of Kali Yuga, they keep the Lord aside and they sit as a spiritual, as the Lord himself. So it is a responsibility of a spiritual master to attain the Lord to disciples and be aside. But nowadays it's the vice versa. But great is that Ramji and Sitaji have met. So now the friends are thinking, the mother has said that they should go early, and what will the people think? And say, Lakshmanji is standing peacefully, but the friends are distressed. Then these friends to have a glance of Sitaji, attract her attention. They did something and then they started walking back, but Sitaji's heart is still imbibed in Lord. So all these friends are taking Sitaji to the temple of Girija Devi, but Tulsidas ji writes, although they are going to towards the temple, but just by giving an excuse of watching a deer or plant, etc., she is looking at Lord Sri Ram again and again. Tulsidas ji says that although she is going for other work, so we all are householders. We should work and fulfill our responsibility of the household, but our heart and mind should always be focused on the Lord. So, in this manner, the friends took Sita ji, and Ramji and Sita, Lakshman ji are still standing in the garden. But look at the words of Lord Sri Ram now.
अलौकिक शोभा, राम जी लक्ष्मण को कहते हैं लखन, ये अलौकिक
Ramji
शोभा
says,
को
"Oh
देख
Lakhan,
सहज पुनीत मोर मन क्षोभा, मेरा मन सहज पवित्र है,
my
और मेरे
heart is
पवित्र मन
pure,
में आप आज क्षोभ उत्पन्न हो गया,
but
मेरे
today
पवित्र मन में आज
my
उछाल
pure
उत्पन्न हो गया,
heart has
इतनी
started
सुंदर
jumping
अलौकिक शोभा को
after
देखकर
seeing the
लखन
transcendental
मुझे मेरे
beauty of
रघुवंश पर भरोसा है,
Sita ji, and I
कि
am
रघुवंश
confident
में पैदा
about
होने
my
वाले किसी
bloodline
भी
and clan
आदमी का मन
that a
किसी
person
पराई
who
स्त्री पर नहीं जा
belongs to
सकता।
such a great dynasty
मुझे मेरे
will
स्वर्गवासी
never be
रघुकुल में भरोसा है
bewildered by a
कि मेरा
woman
मन
who
किसी
is
पराई स्त्री
strange
पर नहीं जा सकता।
or who
जिस
doesn't
तरह से
belongs
मेरा
to
मन
us.
आज सीता
But
में जा
my
रहा
heart
है,
is
इसका मतलब
going
ये
again and
होता
again
है
towards
कि
Sita
कल
ji. That implies
ये
that
सीता
tomorrow this
तुम्हारी
Sita
भाभी बनने वाली है।
will be your
रघुवंशी
sister-in-law.
न कर सहज सबाऊ, मन कुपंत पग धरई न काहू, नहीं तो मेरा मन पराई स्त्री पर नहीं जा
Otherwise,
सकता।
my heart
ओहो,
can never go
सीता के
to a
साथ मेरा
person
विवाह होने
or a
वाला
woman
है,
who is strange.
इसलिए
It
मेरा मन
implies
चंचल
that
है।
I am going to marry her. That is why I'm
पहले के
attracted to
राजा
her.
महाराजाओं को अपने मन
For
पर विश्वास होता था,
the kings previously
महाराजाओं
had
का मन अपने वश में
faith
कंट्रोल में होता था,
in their
वे अपने मन को यहाँ वहां नहीं
hearts,
भटकाते थे,
and they had
और
control
उन्हें
on their
विश्वास
heart,
होता था कि
and they
हमारा
were
मन कहीं जा
confident
नहीं सकता।
that our heart cannot go
ऐसी ही
anywhere.
घटना महाभारत में आती है।
Similar situation arises in Mahabharat.
यात्रा करते
King
करते प्यास
Dushyant
लगी और कण्व ऋषि के
was
आश्रम में
thirsty and he
पहुंचे
reached
और
the
कहा कि मुझे कोई पानी
hermitage of
पिलाओ।
Kanav Rishi and asked
कण्व
for
ऋषि
water.
बाहर गए थे,
So
एक
Kanav Rishi
कन्या
was
आई
not there.
और
So a
दुष्यंत राजा को
woman
जल
came
पिलाया और
and
राजा
she gave
दुष्यंत की
water
दृष्टि
to
उस कन्या
King
पर
Dushyant.
पड़ी
And
तो
when
राम जी
he
को उससे
saw
अलग हो
her,
गई।
so he was in the same situation as the situation is
तो
of Lord Ram
दुष्यंत राजा
today.
थे, तुरंत
So the king
प्रपोजल
Dushyant
रख दिया
was the king.
कि
He
भाई देखो,
presented
आप
a
मुझे बहुत
proposal
अच्छी लगती हो
and said that
और
I
मुझे आपसे
like
विवाह
you
करना है,
and I want to marry you.
मुझे आपका परिचय चाहिए, आप कौन
So
हो।
I just need your
तब वो
introduction.
स्त्री
Who are
कहती है
you?
कि मैं
Then that woman
कण्व
replies,
ऋषि की कन्या हूँ।
I am the daughter of Kanav
अब
Muni.
दुष्यंत राजा ठहरे क्षत्रिय,
So Dushyant
तो राजा को
Raja
इस
was a
बात का
warrior or a
विश्वास होगा
Kshatriya, and he had this
कि
confidence.
आत्मविश्वास होगा उस
He
राजा
had
को।
so
वो
much
कहते हैं कि तुम
self
कण्व ऋषि
confidence
की कन्या हो ही नहीं
that
सकती,
he says that you
क्यों,
cannot be a
तुम
daughter of Kanav
क्षत्रिय
Rishi.
राजा
Why?
हो,
Because
और
I'm a
क्षत्रिय
warrior
हो तो
king,
तुम ब्राह्मण की
and
बेटी
you
हो,
say that you're a daughter of
क्षत्रिय
a
राजा का
Brahmana.
मन कभी ब्राह्मण की बेटी
A,
पर जा नहीं
a
सकता।
warrior
मुझे
king
मेरे मन पर
can
भरोसा
never
है,
be
मुझे मेरे
touched
बाप दादा
or
कौन थे
affected
संस्कारों
by
पर विश्वास है,
the daughter
मैं
of a
संस्कार
Brahmana.
के
I
स्तर पर
am
नहीं जा
confident
सकता।
about my
मेरा मन यदि तुम पर जा
clan.
रहा है तो निश्चित तुम क्षत्रिय की ही कन्या हो सकती
So
हो।
it means that, and my heart is attracted to you. That implies
तब
that
उस
you
स्त्री ने कहा
are
नहीं, मैं
the
तो
daughter of a
कण्व ऋषि की
warrior.
कन्या बचपन से ही
But that
पिताजी के साथ हूँ।
woman, she
बोले कोई
replies that
पंडित आए तो
I
पूछ
have
लेना,
stayed
पता
with
चलेगा।
Kanav Rishi
और कण्व ऋषि
since my
दुष्यंत
birth,
को
and
वहीं
he's
बुलाए
my
और
father.
कहा बाबा
So Dushyant says that
मैं
you
आपकी
ask your
बेटी
father.
नहीं, मुझे सच सच
So
बताओ।
when Kanav Rishi
बोले
came,
हाँ हुआ, बोले
she
दुष्यंत
asked,
राजा
am
ने
I
मुझे
not your
बहुत
daughter?
विस्तार से बता रहे थे।
Then she reveals all the
कण्व ऋषि ने
event that
उत्तर
has
दिया,
happened. Then Kanav Rishi
सत्य है,
replied, that
तुम
is
मेरी
true,
कन्या नहीं
that
हो,
you are not my
तुम
daughter.
क्षत्रिय
You
राजा
are
विश्वामित्र की कन्या
daughter
हो।
of the warrior king Vishwamitra.
मेनका से तुम्हारा जन्म हुआ
You were
और
born
नाम
by
है
Menaka,
शकुंतला।
and your name is Shakuntala.
सो इस प्रकार से
So
रघुवंशी न
in
कर
this
सहज
way,
सबाऊ, मन कुपंत धर पग धर ही न काहू। ये रघुवंशियों का स्वभाव है कि
this
उनका
is
मन
the nature
पराई
of
स्त्री पर नहीं
Raghuvanshi,
जा सकता।
that they can never be attracted to
लक्ष्मण
any
जी
woman
कहते हैं
that
कि लखन तू
doesn't
तैयार हो
belongs
जा,
to them.
धनुष अपन ही उठाने वाले हैं और अपनी ही शादी इनसे होने वाली है,
So
तू तैयार हो
Lakshman,
जा।
he
राम जी
told that
और
you
लोगों
get
ने कहा
ready.
है फूल चयन कर लो,
Tomorrow
जो
I'm
फूल
going
है
to
वो
get
यहाँ
married to
रखो।
her. Just be
और
prepared.
सीता जी
So
को
now
जब
they have
स्नान
chosen
हुआ,
the flowers and they went
पुष्प वाटिका में
go
फूल
to
चयन किए, वहां पर राम जी का
the
दर्शन हुआ। अब
Vishwamitra.
गिरिजा जी पार्वती की पूजा
So,
अभी बाकी है।
So here, Sita ji has went to the temple and her veneration is still incomplete. But Sita ji is overwhelmed with Ram, and while worshipping Girija ji, she prays to her in this manner.
राज किशोरी जय महेश मुख चंद्र चकोरी जय गज बदन षडानन माता जगत जननी दामिनी सुखदाता। अब सीता जी
So now Sita ji prays to Girija ji. Oh Girija ji, oh the daughter of Himalaya, oh the beloved of Mahesh or Shiva. So you are the moonlight of the moon, Lord Shiva. Oh, the daughter, oh, the mother of Ganesh ji and Kartikeya ji, may you be prayed and worshipped. So, Duti means body, and your body is as effulgent as the thunderbolt. Oh, Mother Parvati, you are great. So, in this manner, with both folded hands, she spreads her calf and says that I worship you. I beg you that the man that I see in the garden, I just seek your blessing that I should marry him. I have worshipped you and served you throughout the life, and since my birth, since my childhood, I have worshipped you and performed penance or austerity fasting for you. So please give me this blessing that I should marry him. So it's not only about Sita ji. Even Rukmini ji in Dwapar Yuga, when I was about to get married, she also reached to the temple of Girija Devi, and Rukmini ji said that let me marry Krishna. And the epitome of love, the eternal associates of the Lord, the Brajvasis, these gopis have also worshipped Kathyani Devi and requested that this son of Nand should become our husband. So now Sita ji has taken the shelter of Parvati ji, and then later she will go to Ganesh ji. Rukmani ji went to Parvati, and the gopis goes to Katyayani Devi, who is also a form of Parvati. So what can one should we learn from here? So some people will not even understand the technicality. Sometimes for the sake of one Lord, we disrespect, dishonor the demigods. We become so stone-hearted. We are the devotee of the Lord Krishna. Why should we believe in others, or why should we serve other why should we visit other temples of other demigods? We don't believe in all these. Sita ji is requesting, begging for mercy of Parvati ji. Rukmani ji goes to the temple of Parvati ji, and gopis seek blessings of Katyayani Devi. So sometimes for the matter of one Lord, one Master, they disrespect demigods. So we should understand the difference. So it is true that our faith, that our heart is imbibed in Lord Ram or Lord Krishna, but the mode should be that to attain that love of the Lord, we if we have to take shelter of anyone, we should be ready to do the same to attain the Lord, because our goal is Lord Ram or Krishna. So to go towards demigods and request for material desires, that is wrong. But by going to these demigods and requesting them to give us the Lord is pure devotional service. Whom are we requesting? That is not important. But what exactly are we praying? What are we desiring is important. Sita ji is venerating Girija Devi, and she says that I just have this desire that Ramji should be my husband. So if we pray with all our heart, then the Lord will listen for sure. But we don't have faith in the Lord. Sita ji had this desire in her heart, intense desire in her heart, and Girija ji heard that, and she started smiling, and she started talking to with Sita ji. This deity started speaking, and what did she said?
मिली ही सो बरु सहज सुंदर सांवरो करुणा निदान सुजान सिलु सने हूँ जानत रावरो एहि भांति गौरी असीस सुनी सिय सहित हिय हर्षीयले तुलसी भवानी पूजी पुनि पुनि मुदित मना मंदिर चले। मूर्ति बोलने लगी।
The deity started speaking. So when we listen this, we just have doubt that can a deity speak? Sometimes we are unable to trust that. We don't trust that. That is nothing strange, because even our neighbors don't talk with us. So how can we expect that deity will talk with us? Our personality is such that even our neighbors don't talk with us. So how will a deity speak to us? But if we have love and faith in our heart, if you have faith and love, then the Lord will manifest even from a stone, because it is the subject of love and devotion. So the deity of Girijaji started speaking, and what did she say?
So Barusah Jasundar Savaro. Hey beta, Manu jahi rachu.
She says, "Oh, my beloved daughter." So please let's understand this was so. Manu here means heart, and Jahi means the ruchi or interest. So whatever is your desire in your heart, I bless you that you will get that. Your desire will be fulfilled because you have worshipped me with all your heart. So you will get what is your heart's desire. So what you have liked, you will get that groom as your husband. And I am aware, how is he? Sahaj Sundar Savro. How beautiful these words are. So there are two types of beauty. One is Sahaj Sundar. Second is Sahajkar Sundar. So one is the beauty. Sahaj Sundar implies they don't need any preparation or makeup, but they are beautiful. And other is by getting decorating yourself, by putting makeup and by going to beauty parlor. That is just an illusion that I'm looking good, beautiful. You should ask your neighbor. Even the mobile gets confused. Even the face look gets confused. So beauty lies in simplicity. So she says that I bless you that the dusky skinned handsome man you will get him. So first she describes his beauty,
गुण कैसे हैं
that he is beautiful or handsome. And what are his qualities?
स्नेहु जानत रावरो गुण कैसे हैं उनके
So what are his qualities? He is Karuna Nidhan.
जो करुणा के निदान है
So he is the
दया का खजाना है
who is the mind of mercy. So no matter how much mercy he bestows on others, but still it will not finish. So our Guru Maharaj used to say that the mercy that we have for others is like the eardrop, the small bottle
लेकिन भगवान में दया कितनी करुणा निधान वो दया की खान
that we get for eardrops. But he is Karuna Nidhan. He is the mind of Karuna or mercy. And second is Sujan. That is, he knows everything. And he is aware of every living entity's situation in all the times. And he is aware of your love towards him completely. So in this manner, Gauri, that is Parvati ji, gave blessings. And after listening to the same, along with Sita Maya, so after listening to the blessing, Sita ji and Ali also felt ecstasy or bliss. Ali means friend. So Ali also implies bumblebee, but it also means a friend. So Sita ji and all her friends were blissful and happy after listening to the same. And in this manner, after venerating Mother Parvati, Devi Sita is going back to her home. And when she is walking back towards her home, her
जानी गौरी अनुकूल सिय हिय हर्षो न जाई कहीं मंजुल मंगल मूल बाम अंग फरकन लगे माता जी पार्वती जी को अनुकूल
So
सुनकर सबके हृदय में
after listening to the words of Parvati ji, everybody became happy and satisfied. And the sign of a good omen is that, according to Ayurveda and astrology, when the women
फरकने लगे, बायां अंग फरके तो समझो कुछ शुकुन होने वाला है,
right
और पुरुष का
eye
दायां
or
अंग फरके तो
body
समझो कुछ शुकुन होने वाला है,
shakes, then there is some positive omen.
पुरुष का दायां
And
अंग
for
फरके
men,
तो समझो
it is
शुकुन
left.
होने वाला है, लेकिन ये 2-5 मिनट फरके तो
But
वो ज्यादा फरके तो
if it
समझो
happens
कोई
only for
ऐसा
five,
आएगा ना,
10 minutes,
पैरालिसिस का
if
अटैक
it
आ जाए,
happens
आप
for more
समझ
than
रहे
that,
हो कि
then
नहीं कुछ शुकुन होने वाला है, शकुन आपका नहीं दुनिया वालों
may
का
not
है,
have
मेरा
attack of
बेटा
paralysis.
अब तू घर
So,
पर ब्लॉक होने वाला है. so so बाम अंग फरकन लगे, सीता जी के का बाम अंग इस प्रकार से फरकने
so
लगा.
her body is shivering, and it's a good omen. So very beautiful for today's youth. There is a great teaching here from Ramayana.
क्या हुआ, राम जी
And what happened?
अपने गुरु जी के पास आ गए,
Ramji also have
बिल्कुल
gone back
निष्कपट
to his
हृदय
spiritual
से,
master, and with
गीत
clean
जो
heart,
हुआ वो गाना गा के
whatever
गुरु
has
जी को कह
happened,
दिया.
he told his spiritual master
गुरु जी हम गए थे ये
in
पुष्प
detail.
चयन
He
करने,
said that we went there to choose
ये
the
मेरी
flowers, and there
जनक सुता, पूरा नहीं गाया
we
होगा
met
लेकिन
Janak
थोड़ा सा गाया.
Sutta
और कहा कि
was
वहाँ
there,
सीता जी मिली थी.
and we met her.
गुरु जी ने कहा कि फूल तो
The
लेकर आए,
Guruji said that you have bought the flower,
सुमन कहता है.
so
गुरु
the
जी को
flower
सुमन
is
कहते हैं. बोले
called
सुमन
Suman.
तो तुम लेकर आए, लेकिन राम अपना मन कहाँ देकर आए.
He said that you have bought the flowers, but where have you
राम जी तो बस
left your heart?
बोले सुमन तो तुम लाए, लेकिन मन जनक सुता को देकर आए.
You have given away your heart to the daughter of Janak Maharaj. So there is one thing that we need to understand.
अपने गुरु को बताई.
Ramji shared everything with his spiritual master. And on the other hand, Sita ji, when went to her home, whatever had happened in this garden, she told her mother.
आज के जवान लड़कों को, बच्चों को मैं
Today's
कहूंगा,
youth, I just want to convey that you should
जो भी वर्तमान स्थिति
do
देश काल पात्र
what
के अनुसार
according to time, place, and circumstance, you should behave like that,
ऐसा
but
वर्तन न करो,
you should
ऐसा
not
कार्य
behave
न
in
करो
such a
कि जो
manner
कार्य
that
आपको आपके
your
पेरेंट्स से
deed
छुपाना पड़े.
you have to
ऐसा
hide
कार्य
from your
कभी मत
parents.
करो
You should not do anything that you need to hide from your
अपने गुरु
parents,
से छुपाना पड़े.
or you need to hide from your spiritual master.
कार्य, और कोई भी कार्य करते, कोई बेटी हो, बेटा, लड़की, लड़का,
So,
कोई भी
whether it's
कार्य
the
करते,
boy or a daughter,
गुरु का
whatever
कहना
you
तो
do,
होता है.
you should tell your
कोई
parents.
मना नहीं है, लेकिन हाँ,
There
जो
is
भी
no
कार्य
refusal,
करे,
but
जब से जहां
whatever
से
you
जो भी
do,
शुरू हो, अपने पेरेंट्स को बताए, अपने
you
गुरु
should
को बताए.
reveal it
और
to
माता
your
पिता को भी
parents and
सीखें
spiritual master.
कि
And
अपने
even
मास्टर
parents
को
should
भी ऐसे
understand
सीखें कि
we
बच्चे
should
बेचारे
keep our personality in such a manner that
ये
the
हिटलर
children are
बेचारे,
able to
हिटलर
speak.
बेचारे को बोलना है
If
तो
you behave like Hitler, they won't be able to
सो
speak their
प्यार
heart.
से समझने लायक रामायण तो
So,
सबके लिए है.
Ramayana is for everyone. So, we need to understand
जीवन
from
की
both the
सारी
perspectives.
गतिविधि
The
माता
children
पिता के
should
गुरु
reveal
के आश्रय में होनी चाहिए.
everything to their parents and spiritual
और
master.
माता पिता और गुरु को भी
And
अपने
parents
बच्चों
and
से
spiritual master should be open minded enough. They should have a personality that
या अपना
the
आश्रय
children are not
किसी भी प्रकार की घटना को
afraid
बोलने में कष्ट
or
महसूस
fearful
न करे. अपने
in
आश्रित शिष्यों
sharing
को कंफर्टेबल,
the
अपने
situation.
शिष्यों
So
को
keep them
कंफर्टेबल रखे
comfortable, keep
ताकि
your
वो अपनी
disciples
बात कह
comfortable
सके.
so that they can
आज के
speak their heart
पेरेंट्स और
out.
गुरु ये सब
But
इतने
nowadays, the
गंभीर हो
parents
जाते
and
हैं,
spiritual masters are
बच्चे
so
पेरेंट्स के
serious.
सामने नहीं बोलेंगे तो फिर
So
दुश्मन के सामने बोलेंगे. फिर
when the children don't speak in front of them,
जानते ही हैं.
then they will
लेकिन
speak in
कितना
front of
पवित्र
others.
संबंध है
But
कि
how
पुष्प
pure this
वाटिका में जो
relationship
हुआ,
is that
राम जी ने
whatever
अपने गुरु
happened
जी को
in the
सुनाया
garden,
और सीता
Ramji
जी ने
shared
अपनी
with his
माता को
spiritual
सुनाया.
master and Sita ji shared with her mother.
और फिर गुरु जी ने राम जी की
And
बात
then
सुनकर क्या कहा,
what did
सुफल मनोरथ हो
Vishwamitra ji
तुम्हारे.
replies?
राम कोई बात नहीं, तुम्हारे
He
मन में
says,
जो इच्छा है,
Ramji, the
तुम्हारे मन में
desire
जो
that you
मनोरथ
have
है, ये सफल होगा.
will
कहते
be
मैं आपको
fulfilled
बात देता हूं,
and that is my blessing
इसे
to you.
कहते हैं सच्चा आशीर्वाद.
So
आशीर्वाद
this
को
is
दिल से
what
नहीं
a
मांगना
great blessing is. We need not to
दिल से
seek
निकलता है.
blessings. It comes from the
यहाँ कहीं भी ऐसा
heart.
वर्णन नहीं है गुरुजी आशीर्वाद दीजिए मेरी शादी हो जाए. नहीं, राम जी
There
ने
is
केवल
no any mention that,
लोग गए थे और ऐसे ऐसे आए
oh
थे.
Guruji, please give blessing.
लेकिन गुरु जी ने राम जी
Ramji
को
just
आकर
shared whatever
कह
happened,
दिया
but after
सफल
seeing his
मनोरथ
behavior,
होंगे तुम्हारे.
he blessed
तुम्हारा
Lord
मनोरथ
Sri
पूरा
Ram
होगा.
that your desire will be fulfilled.
सो इस प्रकार से आशीर्वाद.
So in this
हम
manner,
आशीर्वाद की कामना तो बहुत करते हैं.
we
आशीर्वाद
seek
मिल
and
जाए
desire
महाराज
for
बन जाए.
blessings.
आशीर्वाद देने के लिए तो साधु संत बैठे हैं.
For that
भगवान जी
only
का आशीर्वाद
the
24 घंटा
the
बह रहा
spiritual
है.
master, sages, and saints are there,
लेकिन उस
and the
आशीर्वाद
Lord
को टिका सके
is
ऐसी पात्रता तो होनी चाहिए.
giving or
हमारी
bestowing His
कोशिश लेकिन
mercy, but
आशीर्वाद
we should
पाने
have
के ऊपर होता है,
qualification
उसे टिकाने
to
के ऊपर नहीं होता.
digest that
अरे
blessing as
ऐसी
well.
पात्रता डेवलप करे कि
We should
आशीर्वाद देने
develop
वाले
that
से मुग्धता न
qualification that
बढ़े. वो
a
प्रसन्न
person
होकर
we
आशीर्वाद
need
दे.
not to seek blessing, but he becomes so satisfied and happy that he
एक
blesses
बार
you. Once
गौतम बुद्ध काशी में गए और
Gautam
काशी में गए तो काशी
Buddha
के नगर
went
से
to
वहां
Kashi,
के एक साहूकार
Varanasi, and there was a merchant,
बुद्ध को अपने घर पर बुलाए,
and
निमंत्रण
he
दिया
invited him
और बहुत
to
सुंदर भोजन,
his home,
पूड़ी
and
पकवान
he
मिठाई
offered
खीर बनाई थी.
beautiful food
कहा कि
to
महाराज
him
आशीर्वाद दीजिए,
and
आशीर्वाद
said that
कीजिए,
I
जैसे
seek
मर्जी
your
कृपा
blessing,
कीजिए.
as we
भगवान
say
बुद्ध
that
ने कहा
please bless
भूखे
us.
पेट आशीर्वाद नहीं
So
होता, थोड़ा खिला दे पहले,
Buddha
भोजन
blessed
खिला
that
दे.
first give me
भोजन
some food.
कराया.
So
भगवान
he
बुद्ध ने
bought
अपना
the
पात्र दिया, बोले इसमें
rice
खीर डाल
pudding
दे.
and he said that you
बोले
put
अरे
the
मिट्टी
kheer
है
here.
ना, बोले इसमें तो
So
माटी
he
है.
said that
बोले डाल दे खीर.
there is mud
बोले
in
इसमें मैं
that.
खीर कैसे
That
डालूंगा,
if I
इसमें खीर
put mud
डालूंगा
here,
तो आप खा नहीं पाओगे.
then you won't be able to eat it.
भगवान बुद्ध ने कहा देवता मैं
Then
यही तुम्हें
Gautam would say
समझाना
that
चाहता हूँ.
that is what I'm
तुम
trying
कहते हैं
to
आशीर्वाद
make
लो,
you understand. You
आशीर्वाद
say
लो,
that
लेकिन
you
तेरा हृदय
want
पहले से ही
blessing,
बिगड़ा हुआ
but
है.
your heart
जैसे ही
is
बिगड़े हुए
contaminated
पात्र में खीर डालो तो वो
as a
खाने लायक नहीं
contaminated
रहेगी.
pot. If we put
जैसे तेरा हृदय
pudding in
पहले
that,
से
we won't
बिगड़ा
be able
हुआ
to
है,
eat. So
उसमें
your
आशीर्वाद
heart
डालो
is
तो टिकेगा
contaminated,
नहीं.
and if
जब
we
दूंगा तो उसे पचा
put
नहीं
blessing,
पाएगा.
you won't be able to
पहले अपने
digest
हृदय
it.
साफ कर,
So first you need
आशीर्वाद
to
तो
purify
बाद में
your heart.
मिलेगा.
After that, you
कृपा
can
की
seek the
धूप
blessing.
बरस रही है, हमारे पास पात्र होना चाहिए ना.
But we should have qualification to seek those
सो गुरु
blessings.
जी ने कहा सुफल मनोरथ होई. राम जी ने मांगा नहीं, बिना मांगे आशीर्वाद मिला. इसी को तो
So
आशीर्वाद कहते हैं.
he didn't have to seek, but
और
he was
आशीर्वाद
given
वही
the
दे
blessings.
सकता है
And
जिसके अंदर कैपेसिटी हो.
blessings can be given by a person who is
आजकल
capable
दुनिया
or
ही
qualified.
विचित्र होती है. आजकल
But
आप कहीं
nowadays,
जाओगे तीर्थों में
things are
जाओगे
different.
तो आशीर्वाद देने वाले बहुत मिल जाते हैं.
You will find so many
थोड़ा सा
people
दान
who
दे दो, मैं
give blessing.
आशीर्वाद देता हूँ कि तुम्हारी 21 पीढ़ी राज करेगी. मन में होता है पहले तू तेरा ही कर लेना राज. तेरा किसी और पर डिपेंड है,
So
हमारी
you are
21 पीढ़ी
dependent on
राज
others.
कैसे करेगी.
How
आशीर्वाद देने
our
से पहले पहले
21
खुद में
plans
तो
will
कुछ कैपेसिटी
be
होनी
king.
चाहिए.
So
सो
first,
भजन
to
करे,
give
भक्ति करे,
blessings,
ज्ञान
we should
करे,
have some
प्रेम
qualification. We
करे,
should have some
फिर वो
attachment,
कुछ दे
love.
सकता है.
Then only we will be able to give
ये
something to
महामुनि
others.
विश्वामित्र थे.
But Mahamuni
विश्वामित्र
Vishwamitra
जी.
was
लेकिन और भी
qualified
समझने
and
वाली बात,
capable by blessings.
आशीर्वाद किसको मिल रहा है.
And who is getting the blessings?
सुफल मनोरथ हो हूँ तुम्हारे राम लखन सुनि भये सुखारे. आशीर्वाद केवल राम जी को नहीं,
So
लक्ष्मण जी को भी मिला.
the blessings is not
भगवान
only
राम जी ने
given
लिया,
to Ramji, but
सीता जी
it
मेरी
was also
दुल्हन
given
बन
to
जाओ.
Lakshmanji.
तो गुरु जी
So
ने क्या
the
कहा,
event
मैं
was
वर
shared
देता हूँ
by Lakshmanji.
तुम्हारी इच्छा पूर्ण होगी, लक्ष्मण जी तुम्हारी इच्छा भी पूर्ण होगी.
And then he says that
तो लक्ष्मण जी का तो
Ram
चैप्टर
ji
शुरू ही
and
नहीं हुआ.
Lakshman ji, your wishes will
गुरु
come
जी
true.
लक्ष्मण जी के मन की बात जान लिए.
Lakshman,
सीता जी की 8 सखी है ना, उनमें से एक
Vishwamitra,
उर्मिला भी साथ में थी. तो गुरु जी ने कहा कि राम जी का
Vishwamitra
काम
was
करेगा
aware of
तो
the
जरा
situation of Lakshman ji.
मेरा भी काम
He knew
पूरा
that
करेगा.
Urmila was also in the group of friends whom they
गुरु जी
have
के पास
saw,
गए, भगवान की
seen,
सेवा पूजा हुई,
and
दिन
he was
बीता
also blessed.
और
So in
रात
this
का
manner,
भोजन
the
हुआ.
day passed,
आज
and
भी
at the
एक
night
गारंटी है.
there was an event that
गुरु जी के
happened.
चरण, जैसे कल आपने सुना ना, गुरु जी
Where,
के
as
चरण
you have
पास
heard
बैठे,
yesterday,
गुरु जी
they were massaging the feet of the spiritual master, and Lakshman ji is massaging the feet of Ramji, and now Lakshman ji is crying while massaging the feet of Lord Shri Ram. Ramji realized that his feet have become wet. His feet were drenched, and he sees that Lakshman ji is crying, and he says, "Oh Lakshmana, why are you crying? Are you missing our mother? Are you missing our father? Why are you crying?" He says or replies, "Oh brother, I'm crying that Guruji has blessed us, and tomorrow you will break the bow, and after that you will get married to Mother Sita, and once you marry her, then the service to massage your feet will be done by Sita ji. So today is my last day to massage your feet, because after that I won't be able to serve your lotus feet. And when I won't be able to serve you, then what is the futility? What is the value of this life? It's futile. If we are unable to serve Lord Sri Ram, then what is the value of this life? So by thinking this, I am feeling sad that I won't be able to serve you. So Ramji speaks in melodious words. He says, "Don't worry, even if I get married, and when there will be an event of massaging my feet, then one leg will be massaged by you and the other by her. So Sita will not get the opportunity to serve my both lotus feet." And then Lakshmanji again started scared, and he said that if I have to go out for some work and Mother Sita has gone and you have given the agreement, then the left is yours and the right is yours. So who will massage your feet? So he said that if Sita ji is not there and if you are not there, but when you both are not there, then my both feet will be massaged by my Hanuman. He alone is sufficient. So Ramji presented this in a very simpler form. The day has passed, and now the next day, it's the day of the Swayamvar, the day that we all have been waiting since last 5 days. And all the kings are filled with enthusiasm and are sitting in the assembly of Janakji, and Goswamiji writes,
बैठे गुरु पही जाई, चलहूं तात मुनि कहूं, तब पठवा जनक बुलाई। स्पेशल जनक जी ने अपने गुरु
especially Janakji sent his spiritual master Shatanand that all these kings are coming, but please invite Vishwamitra ji. So Shatanand ji with his disciples goes and visits Vishwamitra ji and said that please don't waste any time. The assembly is ready. So you come along with these two princes to the assembly and bless this ceremony. So Shatanandji left, and Vishwamitra and is ready with Ram and Lakshman, and he says, "Ram, Lakshman, let's get ready. Let's see who will get the fortune to marry Sita Rani, who is in favor of fortune. So let's go and get ready." So Lakshmanji is very intelligent. He says in the second line, He says that fame will be given, attained by one, the person will be victorious who has your mercy and blessing. That person will be victorious. So in this way, Lakshmanji has presented his moon, and he said that the person who has your mercy and blessing will be victorious and progress. So in this manner, Vishwamitra takes Lakshman and Ram, and Janakji's assembly is ready. Thousands of kings from different kingdoms have arrived, and they are all sitting. Even demigods have taken the form of human and are sitting there. Even demons are sitting. Even Ravana was sitting there. Everybody is sitting there. And Goswamiji announces that Ram and Lakshman arrives along with Vishwamitra ji.
राजसभा राजसभावी राजतरू रे उड़गन महु जनो जुग विदुपुरे हे राजसभा विराजतरू रे उड़गन महु जन जुग विदुपुरे। महर्षि विश्वामित्र राम और लक्ष्मण को लेकर जनकपुर की सभा में प्रवेश किए।
Vishwamitra ji enters with Ram and Lakshman. Thousands of people, eyes are on Lord Ram, and whoever had whatever emotion they saw Lord in that form.
रही बावना जैसी प्रभु मूर्ति तिन देखी तैसी जिनकी रही बावना जैसी प्रभु मूर्ति तिन देखी तैसी राम सिया राम जय जय राम हे राम सिया राम जय जय राम। राजसभा विराजतरू रे उड़गन महु जनु बधु विधुपुरे जिनकी रही भावना जैसी प्रभु मूर्ति तिन देखी तैसी हे राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम। कहते हैं कि विश्वामित्र राम
It is said when Vishwamitra arrives with Ramji and Lakshmanji, so whoever had the mood towards the Lord, the same form he revealed himself. Some great kings were sitting in the assembly. So those great kings, they saw Ramji in which form? They saw him as a great warrior. They felt that the courage, the epitome of courage has arrived. So such darshan was, so they great kings got such darshan. So the Lord is one, but according to their feelings and mood, we see the Lord. So the wise kings or deceitful, they were seeing him as evil. And the demons saw him as the epitome of their death. The people of Janakpuri saw Ramji as the greatest man of all. And the women of Janakpuri saw him as the epitome of beauty. And great, wise, intelligent people were sitting, and they could see the Lord in his universal form. So the family members of Janakji, they could see him as their relative. So they're unable to understand who is he, but he is somebody who is known. He is going to be, but they had this inclination that he is our near or dear one. Janakji and his wives could see Ramji as their son. Great mystics could see the Lord in the Paramatma or Supreme Soul form, and the devotees of the Lord could, could see the Lord in
दिखाई दे रहे थे.
the deity form.
तब गोस्वामी तुलसीदास जी की
Someone
कलम
asked how Sita ji perceived Ramji, then Tulsidas ji stopped, because that only can be known by Lord Shri Ram and vice versa.
उड़गन महु जन जुग बिदु पूरे जिनकी रही भावना जैसी प्रभु मूर्ति तिन दे तैसी राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम गाइए राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी द्रवशु दशरथ अजीर बिहारी मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी द्रवशु दशरथ अजीर बिहारी फिजिकली होता ना तो गवा गवा कर थका देता क्योंकि रामायण तो गाने का सब्जेक्ट है.
Ramayana is a subject of singing. So in this manner, in this assembly, as was going on, Lakshman ji, Vishwamitra, and Ramji are walking. And when everyone saw Vishwamitra enter the assembly, Janakji stood up from his throne and he started walking towards Vishwamitra ji.
और जनक जी ने गुरु विश्वामित्र को कहा
And
जनक जी सब ठीक है ना,
he
ध्यान से
said,
सुनिएगा,
is
ये बहुत
everything
बड़ा
all
आत्मिक
right?
एटिकेट
This
यहाँ
is a
सिखाया जा
great
रहा है।
etiquette which is
गुरु
being
जी
taught
समझ
here.
गए ना कुछ गड़बड़ है तो अभी से कह दीजिए।
Is there anything
तब देखिए कितनी
which
सुंदर
is
बात।
shortcoming? Is there any shortcoming? Then please let us know.
कहा,
Then Vishwamitra ji replies,
मुनि नृपसन कहूं। जनक जी बहुत
he
सुंदर
said,
रचना है,
Janak ji, you
आपने
have
बहुत सुंदर आयोजन
done
किया
a
है।
great job. This ceremony
अब इसके पहले जनक जी
organized very well.
ने कहा होगा,
How many people would have said
जनक जी को
this to
हजारों
Janak
लोग
ji?
ऑलरेडी कह चुके थे
Thousands of
आपका
people would
आयोजन
have
बहुत
told
अच्छा
that
है,
you
आपका
have done a great job.
बहुत
Your
अच्छा है।
arrangement management
तब
is
तक
great,
जनक जी खुश नहीं
but
हुए थे।
still he was not
जब गुरु
satisfied.
जी ने कहा तो
But
क्या
when
कहा,
the spiritual master
राजा
said
उदित
what it
महासुख लेऊं।
said,
जब गुरु जी ने कहा तब जनक जी
when he said, then Janak ji got satisfied. So, what is the philosophical
हम
point in this
अच्छे
world?
या बुरे, ये
Whether we are good or
सर्टिफिकेट
bad,
दुनिया वालों से
that
लेने की जरूरत
certificate
नहीं है।
we need not to get from the people of this
हम
world.
अच्छे हैं या बुरे हैं,
And
हमारे
whether we
गुरु
are
क्या
good
कहते
or
हैं,
wrong,
ये महत्वपूर्ण है।
what is the perception
जनक
of
जी को
our
गुरु ने
spiritual
जो
master,
कहा
that is far
भला है,
important.
भला
So,
है,
when
अच्छा है, तब जनक जी
the
के मन
Guru
में आनंद हुआ।
told Janak ji
अब
that
अच्छा
this is
कहने वाले
good,
भी लाखों मिलेंगे,
then
बुरा कहने वाले
Janak ji
करोड़ों
became
मिलेंगे।
satisfied. Because you will find lakhs of
हर
people who will
जीवन में
say
ये
you're
सीखने
good,
लायक बात
and
है,
crores
जब
of
आप
people will
जनक
say
जी
you're
के जैसा
bad.
काम करोगे
So,
ना,
whenever
अच्छा
you
कुछ
do
करोगे,
anything,
कुछ ना कुछ करते
if you do
सोते
any
रहोगे तो
work,
कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
if you keep on sleeping, then won't be problem. But if you want to do
प्रशंसा
something,
करने वाले भी उतने ही
then
मिलेंगे
you will
और
get
दोष देखने वाले भी उतने ही
people
मिलेंगे।
who will criticize you and who will appreciate you in the same number.
वालों से हमें लोभित नहीं होना है,
So we should not get
देखने वालों से
attracted
चिंता नहीं
to
करनी है।
the people who
समाज का नियम है, आज
appreciate us, nor shall we get
पर जरूर बिठाया
disturbed by the people who have
गले में फूलों की माला डाल
criticized
रहा
us.
है तो
So
आज तो
today,
समझो कल चप्पल
if the
मार के
society
पीछे
is
भागेगा।
blessing us with a garland of flowers,
तो आज
then
आपके
tomorrow
सामने प्रशंसा
we
करेंगे
will
वही तो
be
कल गाली
offered
देंगे।
the garland of
तो
shoes
दुनिया
as well.
वालों की
So
प्रशंसा
people
से और
who
दुनिया
praised
वालों
you
की
yesterday
निंदा
will
स्तुति से
criticize you
हमें नहीं
tomorrow.
डरना है।
So we should not get affected
कोई
by
नहीं
the
डरता है,
praise
हमारे
or
फाइनल अथॉरिटी हमारे गुरु है,
criticism of others,
इसलिए
but the
किसी
final
पर भी
authority
विश्वास नहीं
is
करें।
our spiritual
यदि
master.
गुरु प्रसन्न
And if the spiritual master is
क्या जाए
satisfied,
ब्लैंक
then we should not be worried
आप
about the
लिख
world.
दीजिएगा। तो गुरु प्रसन्न तो भगवान प्रसन्न है।
So if the spiritual master is satisfied, then the Lord is satisfied.
और दुनिया के लोग कितनी भी प्रशंसा कर ले तो
And
होगा
no
क्या?
matter how much
अहंकार के
the
अलावा
people
कुछ
of the
नहीं
world
मिलेगा।
praise, we will only
ये
get
दुनिया वालों की
pride.
सस्ती प्रशंसा के
So
चक्कर
this
में मत
cheap
पड़िएगा। ये दुनिया वालों की
praise
प्रशंसा
of the
देखने से
world, we
कोई
should
फायदा
not
नहीं होता।
get in
छोटी-छोटी बातों में
that.
प्रशंसा भी
We
करते
should
हैं,
not get entangled in
लेकिन
that.
कलेजे
They
में
will
गड़
praise
के
us
छोटी-छोटी
for
बातों में फिर
small,
निंदा
small
स्तुति
things,
नहीं
and
करेंगे।
then they will criticize also for small, small
इसलिए
matters
भागवत में
in the
सुखदेव
same
जी ने
manner.
यहाँ तक कह दिया, दुनिया
Therefore,
वालों की
in Bhagavatam,
प्रशंसा
Shukdev ji
ये
has said that
बकरी की चिल्लाहट से ज्यादा और कुछ नहीं है।
the praise of this world is not
इसको
better
ज्यादा
than
मायने मत रखो।
the
और
barking
आजकल
of
दुनिया
the
तो इसी
dog
के चक्कर में
or
पड़ी
cat.
है कि
But
फॉलोवर्स
the
कितने हैं,
people
कमेंट्स
are so much
कितने हैं,
concerned how many
तो
followers, how
ये
many
सबसे खत्म
comments.
होने
These
वाला
are
है।
all
हाँ,
cats and
गुरु
dogs
जी
that
जो
are barking.
कहते हैं
But what the
वही
spiritual
सच्चा होता
master
है।
says, that
ये
is the
हमको सीखने
certificate.
लायक है।
This is what we should learn
भली
from
रचना
here.
तो भली रचना।
When the spiritual master has said that it's good,
सो इस
then
प्रकार से
The king became satisfied.
गुरु जी की बात को सुनकर ये प्रसन्न हुए और अब
And
क्या हुआ?
now,
गोस्वामी जी कहते हैं
what happened? Goswami
कि अब
Tulsidas ji
जनक जी सोचने
says,
लगे कि विश्वामित्र को
Janak
कहाँ
ji
भेजूं?
started contemplated, where shall I
न पता
make
पोजीशन
Vishwamitra ji
कैसी है।
sit? So
अब
you
जनक
should be aware what should be the
विश्वामित्र तो
position.
बहुत ऊंची चीज है।
For
गुरु
Janak
है
ji, Vishwamitra ji is
उनको तो
a
ऊंचे
great
आसन पर
thing,
बिठाना
and
होगा।
he should be offered a
और
great
गुरु जी के
seat.
साथ
And
बोनस में वो दो लोग पीछे पीछे चल रहे हैं।
the people in bonus
तो जनक जी ऐसा
with
तो
the
नहीं कर
spiritual
सकते कि
master.
हम यहाँ पे
So
बैठे तुम वहाँ बैठो।
he cannot say that,
गुरु जी के
oh,
साथ
spiritual, you
रहेंगे
can
तो
sit here
सारे
and
लोग
the
वहीं रहेंगे।
disciples should sit anywhere,
तो
somewhere
गुरु
else.
जी को
So they are
उस
attached
आसन पर
to
बिठाए।
the
देखिए
spiritual
क्या
master.
लिखा है,
So
सब
it
मंचन
is
तब
mentioned
मंचन
here.
सुंदर बिसद विशाल। ये राजा महाराजा नीचे बैठे
So
थे
all the kings were sitting down, but there was a stage, and there was a beautiful stage where Vishwamitra ji was told to sit there, and Rama Lakshman were told to sit near to them or along with them. So from there, the jealousy of other kings started from here. We are told to sit down, and they are sitting up. So that is what is the difference? The difference is that they are with the spiritual master. You are here without your spiritual master. You want to be independent, so you are sitting down. So a person who stays with the spiritual master can get a high position. This ant, if associates with a flower, then she can go and sit at the head of Lord Shiva, and she can touch the moon on his head just by association. So Ramji and Lakshmanji sat with Vishwamitra, and all the other kings were sitting down, and they started getting jealous that these young kids are sitting up and we are sitting down. What? So some were saying that no matter where we sit, we should focus on the work for which we are here. We are here to pick the bow. So till so then Sita ji entry's announcement is made by the gods. And Sita ji enters.
हे सखी सयानी गावत गीत मनोहर बानी सोहनवल तनु सुंदर सारी जगत जननी अतुलित छवि भाई सोहनवल तनु सुंदर सारी जगत जननी अतुलित छवि भारी राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम गाइए राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम चली संग ले सखी सयानी गावत गीत मनोहर बानी चली संग ले सखी सयानी गावत गीत मनोहर बानी ए सोहनवल तनु सुंदर सारी जगत जननी अतुलित छवि भारी राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जगत जननी सीता माता की निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। सो इस प्रकार से सभा भर चुकी है।
So in this manner, the assembly is filled. Everybody has arrived. Only one person is, but he will come after the bow is broken. So everybody has gathered here. So the prime work is still pending
ये
to
धनुष नहीं
pick
है,
the bow.
ये
This is
अभिमान
not the
का
bow.
रथ है।
This is the
और इस
pride.
अभिमान को तोड़ने की ताकत
And to
केवल
break
राम जी
that
में है।
pride,
किस
only
प्रकार से ये सब हो,
Lord Ram has that
रोचक कथा
qualification and
हम
capability.
सुनेंगे।
So we will
आप
listen
सभी
to
भक्त
that
बड़े
tomorrow.
धैर्य से,
You
आज
all have been
गाना
listening with patience.
बजाना कुछ ज्यादा हुआ, लेकिन ये होना चाहिए। हम जैसे लोगों की
So,
शादी में कितना गाना नाचना
so
है,
when we get married,
भगवान की
there's so
शादी
much
में
music,
है।
but this is the marriage of
गाना
Lord Sri
बजा
Ram.
और नाच, और
So
कल
there should be
राम जी
singing and
धुन
dancing.
सुनाएंगे। कल मंगनी
Tomorrow he will
मंगनी
pick up,
पट ब्याह,
and then
नए नए कपड़े पहन के,
there
मैं
will
रोज
be.
नया पहनता हूँ, आप लोग पुराने पहन कर आते हैं, हैं?
So you all
अपनी
should wear
शादी में तो
new
कितना
clothes.
अच्छा जमा कर आते हैं। भगवान
When
की
it's
शादी
your
में
marriage,
पुराने कपड़े पहनकर,
and here
भगवान पहले तो
you
हमारे
wear
साथ
older
लड़ेंगे,
clothes.
अपनी शादी में
When he
बहुत
will
अच्छा
meet, he will
और हमारी शादी में ऐसे।
get
अब तो
angry.
2 दिन बाकी है राम
So
जी की
now only
शादी
2 days
में,
are remaining
तैयार
for
होकर
marriage of
भाव
Ramji.
से
So
राम जी
please
के
get
दरबार के
ready
मुख से
and come
तेल
with
लीजिए
mood of
और
the marriage of Lord
गाना
Sri Ram,
सुनकर अपने जीवन को धन्य
and
कीजिए।
please
धन्यवाद
make
आप
your
सभी
life
भक्तों का,
beneficial. So
बड़े
I'm
धैर्य
really
से
grateful to all
आपने
of you.
मेरा श्रवण
You
किया।
have been listening with so much
विशेष
patience,
धन्यवाद
and especially
श्वेता
want to thank
काकड़ी के कुछ ही
Shweta
दिनों
Bali,
में विवाह
who
होना
will
है, और
be
ऐसे
getting
भव्य
married in some time
आयोजन राम जी के जन्मदिन
and
के
has
अवसर
organized
पर
this
मेरे
beautiful
बीच में
Katha,
ये बहुत सुंदर सीता राम जी के विवाह
the
कथा का
pastime
आयोजन
of
किया।
Sita
संपूर्ण
ji and
भक्तों को
Ramji's marriage.
धन्यवाद।
So
राम
I'm
जी
really grateful to the
सीता
whole
बाली
Bali family.
उनके सुपुत्र बहू इन सबको। आइए जय जयकार के
So
साथ
let's conclude the
आज के
session
सत्र का विराम करें।
with Jai Jai Kar, the today's session.
श्रीमद् भागवतम